of all persons. Okay, listen, give me a moment. I am going to make this where our secretary can start her recording. You guys, hold on. Okay, so I'm recording now and she should be recording now. Okay, thank you guys for being here. We are going to advance, if my screen will advance, and go on into our minutes for tonight. Secretary, has everyone read your minutes in advance? Let me know if you have read the minutes.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, if you read.
Yes.
Okay, so we read the minutes, then I need to have a motion to accept the minutes as been distributed. Can I have a motion? Yes.
Someone else was.
Go ahead, Ms. Lambert.
I, Lou Lambert, make a motion that we accept the secretary, the minutes as distributed.
Madam President, Reverend Buffington, I so second that motion.
So it's been moved and second to accept the minutes as been distributed. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay,
Question, President.
go right ahead.
President, I just want to note that in the minutes, I will make the correction to add Dr. Bernice Cole to the attendance list on last month.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right, so with the corrections being made to the minutes, can we all in favor? No other questions? Okay, so the minutes will be accepted with the correction to add Ms. Bernice Cole to the attendance list from last month. Okay, we are going to move on to our treasurer's report. Ms. Regina?
I submitted a condition report to the secretary.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I submitted a condensed report to the secretary if she would put it up.
Okay. Secretary, are you able to put that report up for us?
That's not too long time if she doesn't have it handy. I'll go ahead and do the order. Balance brought forward February of $6,772.11. Incoming income $610. For the last month, $485.40. We have a reconciled bank balance of $6,896.70.
Okay, I'm going to ask that you do that again. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I think I hear some noise level, so I'm going to mute everyone until we are ready to carry that vote so we can get her to give our report again, okay? Just a minute.
Okay, did you hear me ask Ms. Benz for the condensed report?
Yes, ma'am, I did. So just hold on a minute. Just give us a minute. Okay. You guys give me a minute. I'm going to unmute those that need to be heard. Secretary Benz, I'm going to unmute you now as soon as I find you, okay? No, you're unmuted. Okay, good. Do you have her? I need to stop sharing my screen so you can share yours. Go right ahead.
Just tell her to go ahead and because I got the Just give me
Okay.
a second.
Okay, I'll go ahead. The incoming balance from February was $6,772.11. The income from 2/19 through 3/12 was $610. The expenses for the same period was $485.40, leaving us a balance, a reconciled balance with the bank of $6,896.71.
Okay, you've heard the treasurer's report.
That's my report.
Okay, we've heard the treasurer's report. Can I get a motion and a second? You can unmute yourselves. Y'all know how to do that? I left it where you could unmute yourself.
Madam President, this is Reverend Buffington. I so move that we accept the treasurer's report.
I second it.
It's been moved in second to accept the treasurer's report. All in favor, vote aye.
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 Are any there questions? Any opposes? Okay, if none, we are accepting the treasurer's report. Now we are going to move on to the reports of our committee chairman or chairpersons. So let's start with our membership and lifetime membership chair. Secretary Benz, are you going to share those?
Yes, just hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. Gotta get my Zoom back up here somewhere. President, I just want to show the condensed treasury report before I move on. Okay. Now the membership report.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. To the president, the executive committee, and the membership body of the Drew County Branch number 6042. The membership committee met on Monday, March the 8th, 2021 at 7 p.m. This meeting was in conjunction with the meeting called by the president with members who are involved in the membership process and procedure. Membership committee members present were Lou Lambert, Lena Kennedy, and Brenda Benz. Annette Gardner was absent. The campaign updates were given. As of March 11, 2021, this is an update from yesterday. We have one additional member that joined today. As of today, we have had 14 adult members to join and 1 youth. And those names are listed with the exception of Mr. Perry Rawls. He joined on today. The branch had 2 members to renew their membership. They were Kathy Campbell and Al Peer. A welcome letter or a renewal thank you letter was emailed to everyone that had an email address. Secretary Bees reported that 58 members were updated in the membership portal as of March 8th. 13 names were to be updated after payment is received by National. And now we have 14 new members that will be added to the portal. Our membership roster should reflect approximately 84 members. Our goal is to obtain and retain at least 100 members in the Drew County branch. We are encouraging each member to reach out and recruit someone. New membership committee members are Barbara Cooper, Odell Davis, and Bertie James. The drawing for the gift cards will be done during the April's membership meeting. Those eligible at this point are Kathy Campbell, Zaretta Ingram, Lou Lambert, Regina Lindsay, and Clarissa Pace. However, as chairman, I will exclude myself from the drawing. Reports respectfully submitted. You are muted, President.
Sorry, thank you for the report. We want to move on to our education committee. It's Miss Angela Anderson. Can you give your report for your education committee?
She is muted.
Okay, I'm sorry. Education Standing Committee report, February the 21st. The Education Committee has not set any meeting dates at this time. I'm still trying to recruit members for the committee. I have one new member at this time, Angela Anderson.
Next, we will have our Freedom Fund Committee. Is Miss Peggy here?
You know, she said she might not be here tonight because of a church meeting.
That's correct. Thank you. Secretary, would you read her report, please?
Freedom Fund Committee report, Peggy Orr, Chairperson, March the 12th, 2021. The program chairperson made the following report for March the 15th, 2021. The committee met by conference call on March 11th, 2021 for an organization meeting. The chairperson expressed their desire to have an organized group in place in order to have a clear access to information on a working process of the Freedom Fund Committee. The committee members present were Shannon Sherrod, Brenda Benz, Lenny Kennedy, Regina Lindsley, Carissa Pace, and Peggy Orr. Members not present were Member Terry Hobson, Christina Bell, and Janelle Jameson. The committee will set another meeting date after the discussion on making our committee more open to the new and older members who may want to get involved in the event and plans for 2020. An appeal will be made at the general membership meeting March the 16th. Submitted, Peggy Orr, Chairperson.
Okay, thank you. Reverend Buffington, Political Action Committee, do you have anything to report?
He is muted, President.
All right, Madam President, at this time, I do want to say that we have not really pulled a committee together, but I did attend a meeting last night. And one of the things that we're really going to have to start doing is making these city council meetings, these park commission meetings. We know that there's a 1 cent sales tax that's going to be coming up, and we really need to get our agendas on the table. We have people that are in place. They need our support. They need our voice. And so that's what we're trying to do, is make sure that we're there to find out what's going on this coming summer with these softball teams. All of this stuff is going on. But again, that 1 cent sales tax, this is the time for us to, let our voice be heard. Hey, if you want this 1 cent sales tax to pass, we need to come to the table and say this, and this is some of the things that we need to see done on the east end of town. So other than that, that's kind of where we are.
Okay, thank you for that report. And that is something that we want to do. And so maybe you can get a plan of action where we can send it out by email and get volunteers and make a schedule so we can start moving like that. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, now we would like to have our economic development report coming from Dr. Chris Allen, if he's on. Secretary, would you give his report, please? I tell you what, we can go on with Bettina. Just she's gonna talk with her dad for the let me see his report. Go ahead, Bettina, while she finds the information for the others.
Okay, also, Madam President, this is something new for him, so he will get you his report. But he just wanted me to let everyone know that part of his new committee is to find other members that are veterans to support the NAACP and starting first is becoming members. He is actually at a VFW meeting as we speak. And so that was going to be part of his spiel, but it was probably going to be about 7:30 before he returned back home. But anyway, he is seeking out getting members for the NAACP. And then as they form a committee, he'll get with you guys and let you know what their plan of action is for this year.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're ready to move on. Listen, the Yarrows are in revival and are unable to attend. So let's go ahead and bypass them and go to our Youth Works and Youth Chapter reports. Is Stacy here? Okay, well, let's move along and let's go to the AXO report. Oh, there go Miss Brenda. All right, Miss Brenda, go ahead and bring us up to par. Are you on mute, Brenda?
The youth counselor, and there is no college chapter due to not being in good standard. The youth counselor is ready to proceed with his duty when the branch president appoint 5 persons. Everything else is ready. When appointments are made, we will proceed to call a meeting and do our duty. Submitted, Youth Work Advisor, Stacy Smith.
Okay, thank you for that. I don't think she had a written report for the youth chapter, so she's not here to share that detail with us. So let's go ahead and move on to the AXO committee, Valinda Woodard.
I'm here. I don't have okay. I'm gonna try to read it without my glasses on. But good evening, everyone. On March 13, 2020, I emailed 2 individuals, Lorena Grande and Constance Williams, asking them to be a part of the AXO committee. Since then, Constance Williams has accepted to be a part, and the email provided a small article about the form that AXO provides to our African-American youth. AXO is rooted in a firm conviction that all students can succeed and compete at the same or superior levels as their counterparts in classrooms, boardrooms, laboratories across the nation and abroad. AXO is a year-long youth achievement program that begins in August of each year in the local communities nationwide. I also shared that we would build the program from the ground up and at some point visit the established programs to learn of how state and national competitions operates and consist of, and we will also operate using COVID-19 guidelines. We are starting this committee in the middle of the program, but we will be ready for the upcoming year. And y'all please forgive me, I can't see very well here. I am still looking for 1 or 2 more committee members. Hopefully the AXO team will be complete by month end. And that's the end of my report. And so any of you that are not active, if you want to be a part of AXO and you got the youth in mind, I will admonish you to go ahead and be a part, because we are excited and we are ready to rock and roll with our youth.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Brenda, and share the Economic Development Committee report. Thank you.
Objectives: to promote the growth of entrepreneurship among African American and increase employment opportunity with private and public entirety. I might pronounce that real wrong. The Economic Development Committee shall implement local efforts and support national programs to preserve and expand economic empowerment above African American and other community of color. For reporting purpose, the committee chair was able to meet with a local minority business owner on Thursday, March 11, 2021. The committee and local business owner discussed the mission of the NAACP and our local goals for Drew County. After much deliberation about our objective and economic needs in our community, the businessman decided to join the Economic Development Committee. The chairperson and the committee member will network and seek others to join our committee. This concludes my report. Respectfully, Dr. Chris Allen.
Okay, I think this actually concludes our committee reports. Did I miss anyone?
You missed the WIN and the religious.
Okay, go right ahead on and share that.
Okay, just give me a minute here. Religious Affairs, Pastor James Yarbrough, Chairperson, March report. I'm personally doing training. I have reached out to some local leaders who have agreed to support and assist me with this committee, encouraging everyone to join our branch 6042 of the NAACP, remaining prayerful for our branch, city, and station. Submitted, Chairperson, Pastor James Yarbrough.
Okay.
Wins and NAACP Committee, Latanya Yarbrough, Chairperson, report. I'm doing required training. I have spoken with some ladies that will assist me with WIN. These ladies are both married and single women with great ideas for this committee. We are moving forward with ideas and we'll present them as we get together in place, gathering and encouraging new members. Submitted, Latanya Yarbrough, Chairperson.
Okay, and so thank you for those reports. Gonna ask, no, we do not. Sheena Gerard just asked, do we have a legal redress committee chair? We do not have that settled yet, but we are working on it. Okay, if you do have a recommendation, go ahead and send it to me, Sheena, okay? And we're working to settle that. But we did make another appointment for our health committee. And the executive committee has accepted the appointment of Zaretta Ingram as our chairperson for our health committee. I'm not sure if she was able to get on. She is a nurse, 24 years old. And the wonderful thing about it is she is part of the Ambrose tribe, which actually some of the starters of the NAACP here in Drew County. So we're excited to have her become a part. And so we are continuing. Let me tell you, we have, not only do we have legal redress committee that is still open, we have the communication, press, and publicity committee. I'm really looking for someone who is kind of well-versed in this media, social media, flyers, or can build a team. And so that's really important to me at this moment as well. And we have some more committees open, but we do want to get those legal regress committee going. And redress, I'm sorry. I'm looking at a DG and I got on glasses tonight, but we are looking for that. So we got a recommendation from Miss Benz, but we have not been able to actually get with her and get all of, and see what she thinks. That was Representative, well, former, I guess, Leanne Birch. So that's who we want to talk to. Okay, so listen, you guys, we're going to pause in our meeting on tonight. I have actually invited a very, very special guest to come to us tonight. We have been getting a lot of emails about what is going on in the Arkansas legislature. And so I have invited Miss Kamara, I may not be saying it right, Kamara Seals to the call on tonight to actually share some information with us concerning the Arkansas legislature. Some of you may know her. She is a native of Hamburg, Arkansas, and she's an alumni of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. She is also the policy director of a nonprofit, which is the Arkansas Public Policy Panel, which addresses social and economic justice issues. She has been involved in social justice issues and engaged in civic activities since the age of 9. She is also the first vice president and the political action chair with the Pine Bluff branch. So you guys, let's welcome Ms. Kamara Seals. I'm going to give her the floor, and she can go with it and do her presentation. Is she still here? Seems like I missed her. Let me see. Like, she might be texting me. For the chair, I recommend Shirley Joy for the chair for the since attorney person. I think to be contacted, but she can still be committee member. Okay, do we have all right, Miss Seals? I don't know how she got it. Oh, she said lost connection. She's coming back. Okay, you guys, I guess as she is getting ready, she's trying to join back on. She lost connection. We want to go ahead and let's go ahead and address the unfinished business while she gets connected. And then when she gets back connected, we'll give her the opportunity to speak to us, okay? In unfinished business, we're not ready for our website yet. We're still working on that, different areas of the website. So we do want to, that is still on hold. Still unfinished is our calendar. Reverend Buffington talked about that tonight. So we're trying to get that calendar together. And then we had voted, you guys had voted on a logo, but we got a notice about that logo. And so what happened is the National is trying to get everyone there. I showed y'all a few of them, but that's not all that took actually the seal, not the logo, but that's not all that had that seal changed. And so we did not change the seal. We created a logo, but we are good with making the changes. And so we just added some things with the seal. And let me see if I can call up, I've already gone to state, and this is how they said that we can go forward with it. So I'm going to, give me a minute. I'm going to share it on the screen and let you guys see so you'll know it. Just a moment. Okay, so if you guys can see that, that is along with the seal, that is what our state chair over that department, the public relations department, said that we could do right there. Okay. In other unfinished business, we had voted to use the debit and credit card. However, there are some discrepancies on the national, so we won't be using that anymore. And we are still working on an electronic payment system of processing. Okay. And that is all of the unfinished business. Okay, do we have, I'm still waiting on Miss coming back. Okay, all right, she had made it back in. She's trying to get back connected. She was connected well. So we're gonna move on to our new business. And really the only new business that we truly had that I can recall was that we want to make sure that if you are we're going to have a recording. I'll put it like that. We're going to have a recording. If it's something that you wanted to do on your own, we're asking that you get permission to record our meetings, but we will be sending out the recordings by Zoom, so that, I'm not Zoom, but by YouTube, so that we can, so that you can see them after the meeting, okay? We already mentioned that we have appointed a health committee chairperson, and let's see, is she back on? Oh, that's Miss Peggy. Okay, I'm still watching for her.
Madam President, she says she may have to call in. She's probably
Okay.
may end up having to call in.
Okay, okay,
I'll just,
all right. Okay, and as far as other new business, I think that is about all, okay? We're waiting on our guests. Do we have, Secretary, did I miss any new business? Okay,
President, I think you
I'm
covered
back.
everything. Just let me look at the minutes.
okay.
Ms. Seals is back on.
There you go. All right. While you're doing that, we'll come back, Miss Brenda. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and welcome our guest on tonight. Go ahead, Miss Seals. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My apologies. I've been having trouble with internet ever since it snowed. And so we're trying to get this figured out. But thank you for having me on this evening. And I know I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the bills what's happening in the legislature. This is a really, really challenging legislative session. There are a lot of mean-spirited bills that are being filed. And it's almost as if some of these people do not have compassion or even recognize humanity in some people. So we do have some challenges, but I want to share with you some of the bills, just a few bills that fall under civil rights, a few bills that fall under election reform, and then if we have time, a bill or two that falls under economic justice. And I know Ms. Pace introduced me. I am the policy director at the Arkansas Public Policy Panel. And before this, I worked in federal policy for 12 years for a member of Congress. And so, and I am a life member of the NAACP, where I serve at Pine Bluff branch. So anyway, let me share with you what's happening as far as election reform. There's about 4 bills that have been filed and about 2 or 3 more that's coming. One of the bills that severely impacts our vote is House Bill 1517. And no, Senate Bill 485, Senate Bill 485. What that bill would do would eliminate early voting on Monday before the election. Now, some people say, well, why is that a big deal? Because you already get to vote early, whatever it is, 9 days or whatever, anyway, 9, 10 days. Well, the issue is the Monday before early vote is the busiest early vote day in the state of Arkansas, okay? It is the busiest day. And more African-American, more Black and brown people vote on that Monday than any other early vote day. So we're fighting to keep, well, we were fighting to keep that day. It's gone now. But that's a really big deal, okay? And it also cuts the early vote hours on that Saturday before. So going into Tuesday election, you'd have that Monday down day with no vote, no activity whatsoever. So that's one of the bills. And, you know, we just believe we should have more flexibility in voting and not less flexibility in voting. And let me tell you, you all are already aware of this, but there is a movement across the nation where Republicans are filing bills that will suppress voting activity. Okay, it's happening across the nation. Now, let me say this. We know in NAACP as well as the CFC, where I work, we are nonpartisan. We are nonpartisan. However, we know who our friends are by the way they vote. Okay, so those who vote along our values are the ones that are trying to help us, and those who don't are the ones who are trying to hurt us. And when I say hurt us, I mean suppress our vote. So that's one of the big ones. And it was set for special order today, this bill, and I'm not for sure if they got to it. I did not go to the Capitol today, and I was watching other, you know, some other stuff, but I'm not for sure if they got to this bill today. A good bill under election reform is House Bill 1517. Now, what this bill will do is it will allow online voter registration. So that's a good thing. It just gives more access to register to vote. And so this bill is moving through the chambers. And so we're just kind of being quiet on it. It was sponsored, you know, by someone who didn't want to bring a lot of attention to it, just kind of let it work its course. And so that is what we're doing. There's two other bills filed. Now these bills are they're stagnant. The guy that filed them really isn't doing a lot on them. The bills are Senate Bill 508 and Senate Bill 509. 508 would allow Election Day to be considered a holiday. There's been talk around this in Arkansas for a while. It has not gotten very far, but the bill was filed, but there's been very little talk of this bill. Even the sponsor is not doing very much around the bill. The second bill he sponsored is Senate Bill 509, and it allows for 2 hours paid leave from a person's employer. 2 hours paid leave. So those are two really good bills, but not much traction around those bills. So that's just a kind of what's going on under election reform, and there have been, as of last Friday, there had been like 240 plus bills filed around the nation in 43 states. And I'm sure it may be more now. Those were the last numbers I checked. That may have been Thursday of last week. So it's probably more now. And of course, you all know the state that's being hit the hardest, right? Georgia. They are trying to do some terrible, terrible things in Georgia because they're big mad because Black folk got out and voted in Georgia, okay, and changed the whole dynamics of the federal, of Congress. And so, and not just that, the presidency as well. So Georgia, they turned Georgia blue. And like I said, they big mad. So Georgia is catching it, y'all, but we're fighting back. I'm telling you, we are fighting back in all of the states. We've got very aggressive campaigns around a lot of this foolishness. It's voter suppression 101. It's worse than it's Jim Crow all over again. It's just in a different form. You're not counting jelly beans in a jar. You're just doing something different. Anything to suppress the vote, to suppress our vote. And that's what they're doing. They're not trying to hide it, but we are fighting it, and we are doing everything that we can to combat a lot of this foolishness, okay? And Georgia is too. They've got some pretty aggressive defenses as well. Okay, I'm gonna move on to
Don't
civil.
step back, I'm gonna come back get your drink.
Say what now?
I think that was an accident. Go ahead.
Okay. So let me share a couple of bills in civil rights one bill that we are supporting, and we are have worked really hard on this bill. It's a juvenile justice bill, and we're all about criminal justice reform. But this is juvenile justice. It's a juvenile justice reform bill. And what it does is Senate Bill 455. And what this bill does, it will completely eliminate fines and fees for juveniles that are in the court systems. Fines and fees for juvenile are a financial hardship on parents, grandparents, guardians, whoever is responsible for these juveniles who find themselves in a not so good position with the courts. It is a financial hardship. And so it's very regressive. It doesn't help anybody. And it just puts more of a burden on society, on the parents and on society. And then you have some judges who do not use their discretion very well. And we also see, we have evidence that Black and brown children are disproportionately impacted by these fines and fees compared to white children. Or juveniles, I should say. So there is a disparity. There is a disparity. None of you are surprised. We do this work. We're the NAACP, so we already know that. But we've known that for some time, but we are trying to take action. We are trying to take action. Now, the good thing about this bill, it has very good bipartisan support. And in the climate of this 93rd General Assembly, you must have bipartisan support almost to get anything done. In the House, there are 100 House members. 77 of them are Republican, okay? 22 are Democrat, 1 is an independent. In the Senate, there are 35 total, 28 are Republicans, 7 are Democrats. So it's really hard. Like I said, we are nonpartisan, but we know who share our values by the way they vote. And so this bill for juvenile justice, juvenile reform, to eliminate fines and fees is a really good bill. We're fighting really hard to get this passed. We've got really good strategy around the bill. And we're still looking for stories. If you all know anyone, any parent or guardian, grandparents who have a story around this where they have struggled with, fines and fees, please let me know. Y'all can call me or text me. I'm gonna give you my cell number. I'll put it in the chat. It's 501-940-3467. Okay, so you can call me, or you can, thank you for putting it in the chat. So you can call me, text me, if somebody wants to share. Sharing doesn't mean they got to testify now. They don't have to testify. They can just share their story. We got a system set up where you can just share. We want, stories are important, and we want people to have a voice and share their challenges and how this bill could help them. And if this bill passes, you all, this is a game changer for a lot of families who have juveniles in the system. There are some families who have fines and fees upwards of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. That's a lot of money for fines and fees, And when you miss a payment, fines, fees are added onto it. And we're in a pandemic. People are losing their jobs, not able to pay rent. So it's a lot going. It's a lot happening. So we want to be able to provide relief where we can. Okay, let me move on. Representative Fred Love has filed a bill. It's House Bill 1020. and it's pretty much known as the hate crimes bill. And there's also a companion bill in the Senate, and I can't think of that number. But what this bill will do is sentence enhancements. It would offer sentence enhancements for people who have committed offenses against a person due to their race, their color, ethnicity, their religion, their gender identity, or sexual orientation. All of the, crime is crime, crime is wrong, we know that. But if you are targeted because of any of those things I just called out, that is considered a hate crime against a person for a reason, okay? So that's the hate crime bill. This bill has bipartisan support. The governor does support it. The Chamber of Commerce supports it. They only support it because businesses are reluctant to relocate to Arkansas because we're one of 3 states in the nation that does not have a hate crime bill. And that's bad. We've been fighting for this for a while. I know we fought for it last session and the session before I was engaged. And so we hope this is the year for this, but it does face a lot of challenges, okay? And how much time do I have? I've got a couple more bills. Let me share one on economic. Let me share one on economic justice. Arkansas is the only state in the nation that does not have what's called an implied warranty of habitability. And what that is provide safeguards for people who rent apartments and houses, okay? And so what we are fighting for, this is our 5th legislative session, fighting for renters' rights. That's what we're calling it, renters' rights. People have a right to have a roof over their head that does not leak, a floor that does not fall in, okay? Water that runs through pipes, a carbon monoxide detector, fire detectors, just basic minimum standards of habitability is what we're fighting for in this bill. There are landlords all across Arkansas who do not want to provide a safe environment for their renters to rent a home. It's unconscionable. I just don't understand it. But we are having to fight. We do have bipartisan support. We feel this is our year, despite the environment. We feel this is our year to make headway. We did make headway last session, but we've made even more headway this session. Still an uphill battle, but we feel fairly well about where we are. Arkansas is the only state that criminalizes an eviction. If you don't remove yourself after you've been evicted, you can be charged criminally. It's a criminal eviction. It is wrong. Housing is a basic necessity of life. And we have got to raise the standard in Arkansas for that. So that bill, it's House Bill 1563. House Bill 1563. So I'm gonna stop there because I can go on. This is what I do and I love it. Very passionate about the work I do, the fight for justice and equity. Are there any questions?
Miss Seals, I did see something. It was a little confusing the other day about SB 24 and still having a chance to do something with that. Is that true or that was old news?
No, that's old news. Stand your ground is a done deal. We fought it. We fought that. We defeated it in committee once. It came back and they got it out of committee and got it through the House and Senate. Well, it was got through the Senate easy, but it did make it through the House. The governor has signed SB 24 into law, And so we are officially a stand your ground state. And I hate it. I hope we can fight to repeal it next session. It just depends on how these elections shake out. But we are officially a stand your ground state. And I'm just, I was sick. I had to take a day off after that to collect myself. And what happens, I internalize this work so because it's so needed and it's so necessary. And standing your ground is just very dangerous, especially for our Black men. And so I just, I have a son and a grandson and a nephew who are all Black men, and so yeah, but it's a done deal. So I'm not for sure what you saw. But yeah, it's law. The governor signed it.
Okay, I think it popped up somewhere and I was like, I thought that was over. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us. I'm sure we'll be, do we have anybody else? Miss Lambert, were you getting ready to say anything? I didn't know.
I was just gonna ask her briefly what's going on with the bill, the chokehold, that bill, the duty to intervene.
Yes, ma'am. It passed. That's what she was talking about. Senate Bill 24. The duty to whoa. No, you're not talking about duty to retreat. You're talking about duty to intervene.
Yes.
Now I'm not for sure of a bill at the state level about that. I'm not for sure. I know there's some things at the municipal levels throughout the state, because I know it passed in Pine Bluff. It was banned in Pine Bluff. So I know different departments, police departments are working on that, but I'll have to find out. I have not heard of any bill that was filed. House Bill 1071. Okay. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, let me try to look that up while we're talking. Oh no, I can't. I'm not for sure.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
That was just a discussion today.
Okay.
Someone brought up, but that's fine. Thank you.
Right. Public school funding, that bill, that voucher bill, it was debated today in the committee, and it passed committee. Now it's headed to the full house, and I'm speaking because somebody put that in the chat, and I called it as it came up on the screen. So yeah, and what happens? Money is taken from public schools to put in private school vouchers, and we are definitely opposed to that. It's fine to have private schools and charter schools, but you don't need to take away from public schools, and you need accountability. So, but that bill, that voucher bill did pass out of House Education today, and is headed for the full House for a vote, probably by Thursday.
Okay.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That it was that bill. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Any others? Well, thank you for having me. I hope this was helpful.
Yes, it was.
Okay, well, very good.
Okay, thank you so much. That has been helpful. We're gonna review everything and just stay on top of things. I've been trying to keep up. It's a lot, as you said. There's a lot going on.
Right, let me write this down. If you all want text alerts from my organization, this will help you keep up, and it's not very intrusive because just a text message go to your phone. So the text number is, you text the word talk. Wait, you text the word, okay, let me give you the text. No, you text ARLEG, ARLEG, that's the word, and you text it to 33339. 33339. Text the word, that's it. And you can get signed, you can just, it automatically sign up your number, your cell number, and it's gotta be cell numbers. Yeah, and my office, which is CFC, Citizens First Congress. That's who the texts will be coming from. CFC, which stands for Citizens First Congress. And we send out text alerts around key bills that we are, taking action on or something like that. So that's one way to, keep you, kind of looped in on some stuff that's happening.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you all so much for having me. And yeah, that's the official name of the office, right? Okay, thank you guys so much. If there are no other questions. Okay, y'all have a good night.
All
You
right,
too.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
There's only a couple more things. Well, one thing that I missed, let me go back to it. Secretary Benz, let me see. She mentioned it to me. Go ahead, Brenda. What was that I missed? Oh, the budget. Okay, we are working, we'll be working on a budget for the branch, for the entire branch. The executive committee will report on that once we take care of that. There are two announcements. One is the legal redress training that I think the secretaries shared that information, but I'm gonna give you the dates, March 15th and 16th, there's part 1 and part 2, and then March 22nd and 23 and 23rd, part 1 and part 2. That was, I think it was already shared, so you can get training on that. There was another training that was sent out, and that was just what Ms. Seals was talking about tonight, and that is the NAACP Housing Advocacy Training. That part 1 is going to be March 17th and 18th, and that's going to be on the Emergency Rental Assistance Program and other housing provisions of the American Rescue Plan. Part 2 is March 25th and 26th, which will focus on the provisions of the Federal Fair Housing Law and explain the role of the NAACP in housing discrimination complaint process. And so there are some Zoom links that'll be sent out to you. So I don't know, Secretary, did you get that notice? I found it in my email earlier today. If she didn't, I will send it to her so that she can get it out to you guys. Okay.
President, I received it. I just hadn't a chance to send it out.
Okay. All right. So that'll be coming to y'all. I encourage all of you to get in on those trainings. Okay. If there's no other business on tonight, then we are going to move to adjourn the meeting. Can I get a motion and a second?
Eileen Kennedy motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second the motion.
Okay, it's been moved in second to adjourn the meeting on tonight. All in favor, vote aye. Amen. All right. And God bless you all and see you next month.
All right. Good night.
Good night.